Yoga. Misunderstood so far. Yoga is the only methodology available with the humanity which has anatomized the human existence without opening the human body. It is the oldest and the deepest psychology of the human existence. It is unlike the present-day psychology which studies only the mind of the subjects. Yoga is not constrained to the personality, mind or any aspect of mind of people. Rather, it gives a complete description of the whole existence of the humanity, its mental fabric and a methodology to transcend it. Yoga in itself has been a diverse field. In Indian philosophy many schools attach themselves to yoga. Ashtangik Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Mantra Yoga and Tantra Yoga are a few schools attached to yoga. This article constrains itself to the Ashtangik Yoga only. In this article term yoga will refer to the Ashtangik Yoga as propounded by Patanjali in Yoga Sutra. Whatever practical about a human being can be said about his physique, psyche, mind and chetna. In English no better word than awareness is available for this is there in Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra starts with the proposition that the mind's expositions vritti are attracted to the worldly objects vishayas, and by confining mind's expositions from being attracted to the worldly objects the seeker can realize his existence and can liberate himself from this world afflictions. The difference in the approaches of the Indian yoga and the modern psychology is because of the differences of visions of the two schools. The modern psychology begins with the hypothesis that the psychology is the science of the mind, that the human mind is the most complex machine on earth, that it is the source of all thoughts and behavior. The modern psychology believes that there is a mind and it has to be in consonance with some prototype mind. The modern psychology believes that the mind can be and usually is sick. Its sickness can be cured. The real minds have tendencies. These tendencies of the real mind can be molded. The mind can be trained and can be taken to some sort of proximity of that prototype mind. Yoga views the mind differently. For it the mind cannot be infected by sickness, but it is a sickness in itself. It cannot be cured because it has this form of sickness as an essence for the physical existence. Physical existence is not possible without the mind. Yoga does not speak of a mind, rather its subject matter is the mind. Modern psychology studies, treats and cures an individual mind while yoga is for the generality of mind. Psychology is particular in approach and it discovers generality from particularity. In yoga the mind in general is explained and a particularity approached from the generality. For yoga the mind is an obstacle in the path of self-realization. This obstacle of mind is very much intrinsic and an essential ingredient of the creation the srishti. To attain your absolute state you have to transcend the mind. Yoga does not prefer wasting its time in curing a sick mind to make it healthy. There is nothing like a healthy mind in yoga's vision. Yoga's vision starts with a proposition. Confining mind's exposition from being allured by the worldly objects is yoga, i.e. yogashkat viriti nirda. For the self-realization, the yoga has proposed an eightfold path called Ashtangik Yoga. Its eightfold path consists of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dhyan and samadhi. Non-violence, ahimsa, truth, salva, not stealing others' property, esteya, not retaining the surplus things, the paragraph, and a good sexual behavior, brahmacharya, are 5 yamas. Practicing these 5 yamas makes your surroundings healthy and peaceful. By and large these 5 yamas are the 5 cures of basic ulterior tendencies which cause disputes in your neighborhood. Yamas provide a calm and serene environment around you. Next it is the niyama. Hygiene, shoch, contentment, santosh, effort, tapa, introspection, swadhyaya and surrender to God, Ishwarpranam. These 5 are the niyamas. Once a calm environment is attained by practicing yamas, the next step is the personal purification through these 5 niyamas. The yoga proceeds step by step. First it prescribes for a healthy environment and then for the personal purification of the seeker. The third stage of yoga is asana. An asana is a posture in which your body becomes stationary. These days various gurus are available in the market, who prescribe these asanas for a weight loss program. Yoga did not have any idea of weight loss in its conception. During the period the yoga was compiled, surplus calories was not the problem before the seeker. The problem of surplus calories is the problem of modern lifestyle. The originator of yoga would have not given a solution to a problem which was unknown to his time. The asanas are meant for a more subtle purpose. In asana you sit with your fixed and stationary body. Through these asanas the yoga master wanted you to feel the presence of a restless thought process inside that stationary body. Asana is the most suitable form of practice which encounters you with the duality present within you. It makes you realize that you are not a body alone, that you are not limited to your physical dimensions, that something more subtle, more lived, more pervasive is there inside your visible body. Thus asana for the first time makes you visualize your inner self. Then it comes the pranayama. The chief proponent of yoga, Patanjali says, Tasman Ksitisvasprasvasi Gargatavikha pranayama, i.e. visualizing inhale and exhale separately and distinctly as pranayama. Different forms of pranayama made available by the modern gurus were never described by Patanjali the great master. Pranayama is the beginning of the internal journey going to be attained through yoga. Patanjali had a unique approach to go inside. He chose the easiest route through breathing. The seekers who practice yoga must have experienced the relationship between your breaths and your thoughts. When you inhale, your thoughts are more light and errant than you exhale. When a new seeker starts meditation and goes inside deeper, often he feels his breathing as being stopped. This is the conjunction between your breathing and your thoughts. Yoga has termed your breathing as your prana. Pranayama is the visualization of prana. Hence it is the visualization of your light and errant thoughts. Yoga, misunderstood so far. Yoga is the only methodology available with the humanity which has anatomized the human existence without opening the human body. It is the oldest and the deepest psychology of the human existence. It is unlike the present-day psychology which studies only the mind of the subjects. Yoga is not constrained to the personality, mind or any aspect of mind of people, rather it gives a complete description of the whole existence of the humanity, its mental fabric and a methodology to transcend it. Yoga in itself